Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 54 of the TEW 2020 UJPW series here on the channel. It is the final tour of 1997, the Real World Tag League, and for the first time, it was almost 2 blocks of 8 teams per block, but I scrapped it. I was like, we're going to stick with our 10 and maybe save it for 98. That's probably when we're going to pull the trigger on it, because we could probably do it, but there would be a decrease, and I think as far as quality. And as we've learned from the New Japan episode, sometimes when you go with the 4 blocks of 10, or you try to expand on your round robin tournament, sometimes you'll dilute the actual quality of it. So we're gonna keep it as our strong 10 teams, and man, this is going to be quite the tournament. I literally think every single team has a chance of winning this thing, and that is pretty important. And that's not only important, but I think that shows you not only the depth of the roster, but the depth of the stories that are going on right now. And as far as obviously the roster is just always somehow getting better and better. Hopefully, we end out the year 1997 with an absolute banger of a show. I do know we're going to have a junior tag team title matchup on the final show. That's really the only thing I know, obviously, besides the tag league finals. Those are really the only two matches I know that's happening for sure on that final show. But yeah, this is obviously a 15-day tour, 14 of them being the round robin parts in the final day as the 15th day. As our 10 teams look like this. So we have the British Combat Club, the Can-Am Express, Masahiro Chono, and Kaiji Muto, of course, of the NWO and the IWG, I'm about to say IWGP, Jesus Christ, UJPW Grand Heavyweight Champion in Kaiji Muto. Wild Pigs of Dean Malenko, the Headhunters, the All Asia Tag Team Champions in Hiroshi Ase and Kensuke Sasaki, the Holy Demon Army of Akira Tawa and Toshiaki Kawada, the Miracle Vines Connection, of course, of Terry, Gordy, and Doc. As it's awesome to still see them doing so well, and Terry Gordy getting another big opportunity because of how great him and Doc are. And Masao Kobashi, the, of course, current UJPW Grand Tag Team Champions. I guess unified, rather, Tag Team Champions. And then Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro to round it out. So no Blonde Squad team, which is pretty interesting. As far as, because they have been in probably every single tag league, every kind of variation, because yeah, from Stan Hansen and Johnny Ace, and then it switched from Spivey. Oh no, they missed out on. Oh no, nope, there they are, right there at 9. Yeah, that is pretty wild to think they have now for the first time not been involved in any facet of that tag league. But I think that was the right decision. I really do. I think that was the right call. As far as the team that really got that spot, I guess you could say was Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus, but I think they definitely deserve that chance. They've been fantastic, and really they've been killing it as of late. The Can-Am Express has been killing it as of late. There's a lot of great teams there, and I think every single one of them, 1 through 10, has a legitimate chance to win this whole goddamn thing. But this is massive, of course, because you're going to get a Holy Demon Army Masao Kobashi matchup. You're going to get a Holy Demon Army Chono Muto matchup. You're going to get, obviously, and also Masao Kobashi against Chono Muto. Like, that's some big-time matches. Big-time matches for sure. And anytime Ultimo Dragon and Kaiji Muto are in the same ring, there's some fire there, and that's going to be fun to see. British Combat Club, of course, have been fantastic. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty stacked tag league for sure. Everything's pre-booked already, so we just got to click and, as far as drag and play type of thing. Really nothing too crazy as far as the undercard stuff. Obviously, I think it's first 3 days are 4 tag league matches, and the rest it's 3 days throughout it. So pretty easy, pretty light on the guys. We always want to make sure no one gets hurt, so that's kind of why we space it out like that. But yeah, money-wise, we are rolling $68 million in the bank, and really nothing to really spend it on. We're just kind of hanging out. But yeah, feeling great about this first day. I think there's some really, really good tag matches on this card. Mainly, I would say, the Wild Pegasus Dean Malenko Holy Demon Army matchup. That's pretty solid in the Can-Am Express vs. Chono Muto. Another solid matchup. So we saw last year, British Combat Club and Chono Muto went to a time limit draw. Holy Demon Army beating Ultimo Dragon Super Astro, and then the Headhunters beating Masao and Koji Kanemoto. It's kind of crazy that almost all those teams are on this show, besides obviously you swap out Masao and Kanemoto for the Miracle Vines Connection. And then you literally have all the teams that were on that first day. But yeah, I think this is a pretty stacked show. I really do. As far as the main event goes, I will go with the Can-Am Express versus Chono Muto because we get to see Kaiji Muto get a win over Doug Furnace. That's a solid win, I think, for Chono Muto. So they, as far as Can-Am Express beat him once, the rest of the times have been Chono Muto, so they get another win there. Last year was a 99 when Chono Muto beat him, so hoping for the same result here. Should be a banger. Then we'll have Pegasus and Malenko against the Holy Demon Army, and the Holy Demon Army will beat Wild Pegasus and Malenko. 28-minute matchup there, giving them a good bit of time. Towie's going to beat Wild Pegasus. Then we'll probably go, British Combat Club, American Mods Connection. Doc's going to get the win there. I believe that's their first win in a hot minute. Oh, no, they beat him last year during the Tag League. Never mind. So, 2 straight wins for them in the Tag League. It's crazy. They've only faced off against each other for once before in the Tag League. As far as, because, obviously, it would be Albright and Doc instead. But, obviously, Gary Albright still out, but he will hopefully be back sooner rather than later. Then we have, of course, the last matchup, the Headhunters versus Ultimo Dragon Super Astro, as the Headhunters will get the win over the Ultimo Dragon Super Astro team. I believe they beat them last year. Oh, yeah, they did. They did. It was a 90 in that matchup. That should be a pretty solid match. I don't think there's going to be a bad match out of those 4 matches. Obviously, should be 90 and above for all of them. So now for the rest of the card. Little Super Generation Army, Holy Demon Army matchup is Jun Akiyama and Takeo Omori against Shinya Hashimoto and Masato Tanaka, as Takeo Omori will beat Masato Tanaka. We're going to give that 10 minutes. I kind of want to give it more. Yeah, let's give it 20. Yeah, that's solid. I got to turn that down, though, because I'm going to be doing that all fucking episode. I already know it. So there we go. There's no kind of far as, because it's not going to be coming through the desktop. Well, it's coming through the speakers, not the actual video part. As Brian Armstrong will be beating Satoru Zako in the 6-man tag. Obviously, you have the Terry Funk, Big Titan, Brad Armstrong, the Gaijin team, against Mitsuya Momoto, who probably was the last time we've even used Mitsuya Momoto in a match of the Champion Carnival. So, he's worked literally 5 matches this year. It's pretty hilarious. Yeah, we're just waiting on them to hang it up, but Brad Armstrong's going to get the win over Satoru Sako. Probably should have just had Mitsuya Momoto lose. Let's just do that instead. I think that makes a lot more sense. But yeah, Mitsuya Momoto is quite bad. Quite bad indeed. So then we have the Young Lion matches. Tenzan and Ogawa's, I mean, they're both going to be pretty solid matches, honestly. But Tenzan's going to beat Ogawa in 10 minutes. And then Wellington Wilkins Jr. beating Muhammad Yone in the opener. As we will take a look, see what we got as far as to start off the show. I think we're going to run Jubu. It seems to always be a solid starting point. And the Nagata City Gymnasium, will be close to a sellout, but not exactly a sellout. That's fine by me. Oh no, there's a couple of people showing up. Alright, so we'll continue, though, getting the win in 9:41. So that was a 62. A 55, oof. Tenzan and Ogawa. That's the Tenzan Tombstone driver for Tenzan there, but cooled the crowd a little. Probably should have opened up the show. Tenzan was off his game, so hurt the match a little bit, but... And then Big Titan breaks his fingers in the next matchup. Brad Armstrong with a side Russian leg sweep. Yeah, Mitsuya Momoto was a 26. Yeah, he is quite awful. Brutal. And it was Satoru Sako cost it. Damn. And Shinya Hashimoto and Masato Tanaka losing to the Jun Akiyama Takeo Omori team. I don't know how I feel about that because, yeah, obviously the better team in the Holy Demon Army. And also Masato Tanaka's getting quite good. So that's nice to see. But, yeah, Lariat for Takeo Omori over Masato Tanaka. It's really close. Really, really close. Probably should have been a Holy Demon Army win, but nonetheless, we'll take it. Okay, so an 83, so not a 90 for the Headhunters Super Astro Ultimo Dragon matchup. As a Headhunter B with the win with a diving leg drop over Super Astro in 1937. It's crazy, as far as kind of shocking that this went as bad as it did, but at least it's still an 83. It could have been a lot worse. There we go, 94 for the British Combat Club against the Miracle Bonds Connection, as Doc getting the win with the Dr. Bomb in 1958 as Doc's the best guy in the match. But yeah, everyone's got a bit of ways to go to catch up to him. But Gordy, of course, was off his game. He was visibly tired and Just not the same territory of old, unfortunately. It was a 92 for Wild Pegasus D. Malenko against Akira Taue and Tosha Kawada. That was awfully close to being a better performance of D. Malenko Wild Pegasus, but what a tag match here. Obviously, Powerbomb Nodao Otashi combination from Taue, and as far as that's a great little win from Taue and Kawada. There's Taue pinning Wild Pegasus. They'll love it. Love it, right? Before the 28-minute mark as well. Wow, and the match that I thought was definitely going to be the best turns out to be one of the worst. Kaiji Muto was off his game, as he affects the match a lot, but I mean, they're still the better team. Kaiji Muto gets the one with the moonsault, though, in 24 minutes. Not sure what happened there. Not sure what happened. A bit of a train wreck there. It's crazy that the Megalons Connection British Combat Club matchup was the best thing on the card, but at least we had. It's crazy that having a 94, 92, and 88 is now considered a train wreck from our standards now in this save, but it is what it is. We expect perfection, unfortunately, for the boys, because that is quite the bar to have for them. But yeah, solid Night 1 debut. We definitely have room to improve, but still got a long ways to go, though. Obviously got a long tour ahead of us, and on to Night 2 we go. Alrighty, Day 2, Night 2. They got us in the Komazawa General Gymnasium as, so the Headhunters, Pegasus and D. Malenko and British Combat Club, Ultimate Dragon Super Astro, and also Chono and Muto are working double duty. Same thing with the K&M Express. They got 1 day off, and now they're right back at it. So tough little start for them as far as those teams. But Taue then passing on Psychology to Masato Tanaka. Obviously, the main event's gotta be Chono and Muto against Masao and Kobashi. Tag champs versus the heavyweight champion. New World Order, Super Generation Army. Seems like a hell of a match. And Kaiji Muto gets another win for the Chono Muto New World Order team, as he's going to pin Masawa too, so that's massive. What a win. And carrying on with his incredible year is Kaiji Muto with two major victories just early on in this tournament already. Then a time limit draw for the British Combat Club against Ultimate Dragon Super Astro, so they have had quite the matches back and forth. As far as last year, Ultimate Dragon Super Astro beat them. Then they had the All Asia Tag Team title matchup as well. Early on, Ultimate Dragon Super Astro kind of had the better of the two. But now, they finally, for the first time, get a draw. Just to add a little wrinkle to that rivalry. But that's going to be a banger. Wild Pegasus D. Malenko gets the Headhunters. As the Headhunters get a win. Tough start for D. Malenko Wild Pegasus. 2 straight losses, and then K&M Express versus Hiroshi Ase and Ketsuke Sasaki of the All Asia Tag Team Champions, and the K&M Express will win. About to say, I think they're now 2-2. And as far as I was last year in the Tag League, Ase and Ketsuke Sasaki won, and the year before that they beat them. So that was at least the first time that the K&M Express have beaten them on the Tag League stage. So then we'll have Los Bravanos versus the Blonde Bombers, which scores Psychosis and Vampiro against Chris Jericho and Chris Candido. Is Vampiro going to get the win? It's a little upset for Los Bravano. Then we have Golden King versus Jackie Fulton on the undercard. Golden King's going to get the win. And we'll have Seo Kikuchi against Teo Kia. Kikuchi's going to get the win, and then Mike Awesome versus Tomohiro Ishii, which I would love this match. But Mike Awesome's going to get the win in 10 minutes. Sucks that Ishii's going to suck in that match, but it is what it is. I kind of want to stay away from Kanto for this show. I just don't think it's going to be that high quality of a show. But we were on the Sendai Sun Plaza, though, for Day 2. Here we go. And it's a 56 for the opener. It's actually not bad for Mike Awesome. It's 66. So he gets the one with the Awesome Bomb. And decent little opener. Not too terrible, but Kikuchi beating Teo Kia. And 10 minutes was that to 69. Teo Kia is definitely ready. I think he's just barely over the point where he's not considered a young lion anymore. So it's time for him to really, start the non-young lion excursion. But, well, I guess, yeah, the non-young lion excursion. But I don't think we can send him on an excursion now, because I think we waited too long. But I think we can definitely, repackage him a little bit and really get something going. But Golden King beating Jackie Fulton with the Golden Kick. Both guys with a 60 there. Could have went either way, but giving that to Golden King. Vampiro and Psychosis beating Chris Candido and Chris Jericho with an upset, as Vampiro getting the win. over Chris Jericho. So at least he was the best guy in the match from Vampiro, so at least you have that. But a decent little matchup for Los Bravano. Not even the good Los Bravano team, and like Vampiro and Damien as far as the junior tag team, but no, that Vampiro and Psychosis. Can-Am Express beating Hiroshi Hase and Kensuke Sasaki. That's an 87. Tiger Driver from Dan Crawford over Kensuke Sasaki. What a matchup. A wrong team wins, a slight upset, but I'm cool with it. Still a hell of a match. Jesus Christ, a 97 for the Headhunters versus D. Malenko Wild Pegasus. What a matchup. Obviously an upset, but from just the sheer size advantage, it makes sense. Diving leg drop from the Headhunters getting the win in 21 minutes. Then a 92 for the time limit draw. Lack of psychology on display there, which is interesting, but very, very close again. Ultimate Dragon, best guy in the match. Hell of a match. Hell of a fucking match. There's a 98 though for our main event. Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono beating Masao and Kobashi. 100 for Kaiji Muto. Incredible. What a year he's had. What a match. And definitely that's what we want to see. 95 and up. 96 there for night 2. Hell of a show there. Some major main events in Chono Muto against Masao and Kobashi. It's definitely one of the bigger matches we'll see. Unreal. That's exactly what we want from that. As far as this tag league, it's going to be massive matches like that. Hogan's sets are still pretty crazy. I love his pro wrestling skills are still like in the mid-60s here in 1997. It's crazy. His selling's at 80. It's crazy. His stats are really good. It's a night 3. It's on the way. Alrighty, night 3. As they have us in Komozawa Gymnasium for this one, which, yeah, it's a pretty solid show. Don't hate that. As far as being at the, Komozawa Gymnasium, but Kira Taue passing on psychology to Masato Tanaka. Still not the greatest show, though. I think I'm still gonna potentially pump. Well, we should definitely run here sooner rather than later, though, at the same time. The Kawasaki Civic Gymnasium would be a little closer to being a sellout, but we'll definitely sell out the Komozawa Gymnasium. Yeah, let's wait it out. I'm in no hurry. Might as well wait it out. Let's see, I'm about to say, I think we have that walk-in Prefectural Gym that will definitely sell out, or we'll go halfway on either the Osaka Prefectural Gym. Let's just run... Yeah, let's just run the Star Lanes here for night 3. So the main event, I really like that Masao Kobashi Burst Combat Club match. Depending on what happens in this Miracle Violence Connection matchup against Chono Muto, because they've obviously 2 straight wins for him. Will they make it 3 in a row? They will not, as Doc's going to beat them. Fuck it, let's have this be the main. Why not? As Steve Williams is going to beat Masahiro Chono. Great win for the Miracle Violence Connection. And we'll have Masao Kobashi against the British Combat Club, which Kobashi is going to get the win there. Let's give them a little bit more time. 22 minutes was a bit of a slap in the face. Then we'll have Holy Demon Army versus the Headhunters. Taue and Kawada will be getting the win over the Headhunters. Taue's going to get the win. 26 minutes. That's a bit of a long time, but we'll keep it there. Then the Can Source will beat Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. Tough start again for Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. Dan Crawford and Doug Furness getting the win, and that's 3 straight losses for them. The opener, or I guess not the opener, but this probably should be the Steal of the Show matchup, if I'm being honest. This 6-man tag, as it's going to be Shushin Liger and El Samurai and Satoru Sayama against Hayabusa, Jinsei Shinzaki, and Wallace and Wilkins Jr., as Hayabusa is going to be beating Satoru Sayama in 10 minutes. Then we'll have, actually, Johnny Smith and Koji Kanemoto's probably, yeah, that makes a lot more sense to be the Steal the Show matchup, actually. Is Koji Kanemoto going to be beating Johnny Smith, so a big win for the Super Generation Army there. Oh, let's bump that, there we go. Okay, let's make sure that's now not a Steal the Show matchup. Perfect. Perfect. Little junior 6-man, though, on the undercard. Then the opener here. Yeah, we'll go Minoru Tanaka, Machizuki. Minoru Tanaka's going to beat Machizuki. Love that match, though. That shall be a banger. Then Shuji Takano beating Kazuchika Fujita to open up the show. Night 3 in the books. Let's run it as a 51 for the opener. Not great. Not great at all. As, yeah, this really was not as, not the best way to open up the show. That's for sure. get it up a little bit, but still Mochizuki's still off his game. Minoru Tanaka, though, with a 450 splash, he gets a 65 there. And it's not bad at all. For him, in the 75 for the junior 6-man, as far as Hayabusa with the Falcon Arrow versus Satoru Sayama. Hayabusa killing it, Liger killing it. Even the El Samurai Weldon Wilkins Jr. did a really good job. Just, Jinsei Shinzaki, he's getting better, but still a ways away from being at the same level as some of those other juniors that we have. Then Koji Kanemoto beating Johnny Smith with a moonsault. Right guy wins for sure. Is Johnny Smith because he was off his game. Doesn't make it close. So nice little performance, though, for Koji Kanemoto. 91 for the Can-Am Express versus Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus. Great little match here. Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus were the better team. And it got the crowd interested again, though, so that's nice to see. And Tiger Driver from Dan Crawford of Wild Pegasus. Don't mind that at all. 89 for the Headhunters versus the Holy Demon Army. As Akira Taue with the Powerbomb Nodaro Tashi combination. It's crazy that the Headhunters were almost better than the Holy Demon Army. If it wasn't for Kawada there, that would have been very, very close, but that's a hell of a match. Hell of a match for sure. And Kobashi Masao against the British Combat Club as Kobashi with the Burning Hammer over Norman Smiley. Very, very close here, but the better team does win it out in the end. And I wish that was a little bit better, but that's okay. 91 will take it. Another 91 here as Miracle Von's Connection beating Chono and Kaiji Muto as Dr. Death pinning Masahiro Chono with a Dr. Bomb. What a win for Steve Williams, though, pinning Masahiro Chono. What a win for the Miracle Von's Connection. For the first time, as far as first loss for Chono and Muto this tournament, but this has been quite the, so far, the first 3 days, been pretty jam-packed. Obviously, that Night 2 show seems to be head and shoulders above everybody else, but we'll see. Obviously, there's still a lot of time left. A young Tony DeVito, though. It's wild to see. As, on to Night 4 we go. Alrighty, Night 4, as they have us at the Yokohama Cultural Gymnasium, which we'll definitely probably change that, but backstage incidents, let's see what it is. Taue and Masato Taka again passing on psychology. It's Taue, then Roshiase wants to put over Big Titan. Pretty big. And so that's good for one match for the next 5 months. That is massive. But yeah, I mean, there is a Chono, Muto, Holy Demon Army matchup, and a New World Order Holy Demon Army matchup as well. On the undercard, Masao and Kobashi against Hot. Yeah, I mean, you got the tag champs battling it out. Yeah, this is up our alley for sure. So let's see here. Yeah, we'll just run the Yokohama Cultural Gymnasium. That's fine. Won't be a sellout, but it'll be, about 90% capacity. That's not bad. But the main event, we'll have it be the Holy Demon Army versus Chono and Muto, which the Holy Demon Army will win, as you will see. Sasha Kawada beating Kaiji Muto. It's a great match. Also, future heavyweight title matchup there for Kawada. Love it. 24 minutes, though, is pretty short. Again, we're not really giving these guys a lot of time. Then the time limit draw, though, for Masao Kobashi and Hiroshi Ase and Kensuke Sasaki. I think that's the best call there. So 1 point each for the tag champs. Then we'll have, the British Combat Club versus the Can-Am Express. And now it's undercards from here on out. Dan Crawford, though, getting the win for the Can-Am Express versus the British Combat Club. About to say, it's been a while. It was 2 years ago. Oh, no, it was last year. Last Tag League. Where the Can-Am Express beat them. And then before that was 1994. They've only beat them twice, but now make it 3 times. It's a little bit made more of a rivalry now with these major wins for the Can-Am Express. So we'll definitely have this New World Order Holy Demon Army matchup. So it's Vader, Mike Awesome, Yuji Nagata against Shinya Hashimoto, Masanobu Fuchi, and Masato Tanaka, as Nagata's going to beat Masato Tanaka there. So we got the Fantastics with Brad Armstrong against the Tactical Technician Squad. We'll go ahead and add that against, obviously that Tactical Technician Squad. We're trying to give them some wins. Tomo and Hana are going to get the win in 10 minutes. Yeah, we'll go Hazuka and Hanma. Or Hazuka and Hanma. Hazuka and Yoshihiro Takayama, rather. Hazuka's going to get the win in 10 minutes. Choshu and Manabu Nakanishi, as Manabu Nakanishi's going to get the win over Riki Choshu. Choshu is furious, but listen, time to hang it up, Choshu. It's time. It is time. Scott Norton and Togi Makabe, though, to open up the show. I would love this match, like Prime Makabe and Prime Scott Norton, but right here, obviously, much different times in their careers, but it should be a fun little matchup here. Should be, as far as we'll see how it plays out. Don't think it's going to go over too well. Yeah, oh my god, I'm about to say Shinya Makabe. Togi Makabe with a 16. He was really off his game. He was shit. But Sky Norton looked great out there. So that's nice to see. It's a flash breaker for Sky Norton in 949. The 47 for Manabu Nakanishi and Riki Choshu. I mean, the right guy wins. It's the one with the rack. It's Manabu Nakanishi, 938. 64 for Azuka and Yoshihiro Takayama. That's a nice win for Azuka. It's almost in the 70s. Azuka's the man, for sure. We got to get him rocking and rolling with something. Just kind of stuck on the undercard right now as the Tactical Technician Squad beating the Fantastics team with Brad Armstrong, which they were the much better team here, but Timon Honda, but trying to get him a major victories. He beats Jackie Fulton with the German suplex, 8 points below him. Otani at least outperformed, so did Funaki, which he was off his game. But yeah, I mean, the wrong team probably won as a whole, but it's nice to try to build up that Tactical Technician Squad. New World Order versus the Holy Niban Army. As far as Fuchi and Hashimoto were the much better guys, but as far as a whole, Masato Tanaka was the worst guy of the match, so at least that kind of makes sense from that perspective. Nagata beats him with the Brainbuster. It's a hell of a match. Hell of a match, honestly. For those teams, is an 80 for the British Combat Club against the Can-Am Express. Cobra Clutch for Dan Crawford over Steven Regal in 26:57. Oh, the wrong team probably won there. That's probably why it's rated so low, but what an upset. Got the crowd interested again, too, so that's nice. See an 85 for our co-main event. Time limit draw between the tag champs as, 1 point each. I think that's the right call. I think that's definitely the right call. And then the main event's a 90. Kawada and Taue beating Kaijimoto, Masahiro Chono. I think it was very, very close, but I do think the right team won. Very, very close, though. As, literally, probably could have won either way, but I think that's a great... As far as first start, first 4 nights, Chono and Muto have been on every show, and I think playing that into effect is a major kind of reason why this is happening as far as them losing on this 4th night here, but also, obviously, building up to a future title match between Kawada and Kaijimoto there. In 88, though, wish that was in the 90s, but we kind of started off slow thanks to the Makabe match. All around, I think that's a pretty positive show. Not too bad. So, we're going to take a look at the standings after Night 8, I think. I think it's a great, first time looking at the standings. I think right now it's a little too soon. So, on to Night 5 we go. Alrighty, Night 5 is again backstage incident. I'm assuming it will be Taue and... Oh, no, it's Ted Tanabe. Fuck yeah, Ted Tanabe. Way to find a discarded karaoke machine and just rocking out some power ballads, rather. Jesus Christ. As, his Melody of Power ballads apparently stole the show. Yeah, that's Ted Tanabe for you. What a boss. As Miracle Man's Connection, Masao Kobashi. Wild Pegasus Dean Malenko against Ultimate Dragon and Super Astro. That match will definitely rule. And then Hiroshi Ase, Kensuke Sasaki against the Headhunter. So, I think we'll have Miracle Man's Connection main event against Masao Kobashi. I know that's probably not going to outperform that awesome co-main event that will be Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus against Ultimate Dragon and Super Astro. But this is still going to be a hell of a match. Giving it 20 minutes, though, which again is a little too short maybe for the main event, but Kobashi getting the win for his team of the tag champs. Win out the main event for Night 5. Then, Wild Pegasus Dean Malenko against Ultimate Dragon Super Astro. Dean Malenko beating Super Astro there. Of course, these guys, some great junior tag team matches, but the first time kind of getting a big-time match like this on a big stage in a heavyweight kind of environment is pretty big. It's a crazy thing. I think we were on the best of New Japan World at one time, just kind of figuring out, I wonder how good that match would be, and finding out, it'd be really, really good, and just building it from there. It's crazy because as far as actual 2v2 matches, they are 1-1. So that's pretty wild. As far as, I don't really count the best of one because obviously that was not really in the series. But so now it's going to be Dean Malenko and Super Astro though getting the win. Absolutely massive. Hiroshi Ase versus Hiroshi Ase and Kensuke Sasaki beating the Headhunters. So the tag champs looking good here for Night 5. Both of them, as far as that's great to see. So now, we have a pretty, that undercard is pretty grim. I think this is going to be a decent little matchup here. There's Koji Kanemoto, Seo Shikuchi against the Blonde Crushers. Candido losing to Kikuchi there. Then we'll have Eddie and Kanki Kobayashi. We know Eddie's going to perform well, but that match is still pretty grim. Shiro Kashinaka, Tomohiro Ishii, against Damien and Vampiro. 10-minute matchup as Damien's going to beat Ishii. We need to steal the show matchup, I know that much. Golden King versus Ramanyone. Golden King's going to get the win, and then Yuki Sano against Machizuki, which that match is going to rule. Yuki Sano, of course, going to get the win. Yeah, we need that to be the steal. We'll just have it be Eddie and Kanki Kobayashi. Might as well. Might as well. Good shit there. Yeah, Kobayashi's going to struggle a little bit, but that's okay. So as far as for the show, yeah, we'll run this Nakajima Sports Center. But yeah, the economy in wrestling industry is failing, though. So you're seeing the bubble kind of burst a little bit in Japan right now. Which is fine. Still not a big deal. That's kind of why our ratings are a little bit lower than usual. But Yuki Sano, though, getting on with the Scoop Brainbuster in the opener. Not bad at all. That's a pretty solid start to the show. And at 54, to bring this match way down, bring the card way down. Ramanyone with a 30-50 for the Golden King as he gets to win the Golden Kick. 10-29. 66 for Shiraka Shinaka and Tiberishi against Damien and Vampiro. Damien getting the win. 9-32. That's a great little win for Damien. Both him and Vampiro doing well. There's Eddie and Kiranki Kobayashi. That makes sense that they have great chemistry because stylistically, they would have had a pretty awesome match. And it's kind of fun that, because really, I would say Kiranki Kobayashi, as far as obviously very much, really, I would say, obviously Mark Rocco is the first, Black Tiger, but you would honestly say he's the OG Black Tiger when you kind of think of what him and Sayama did. And, actually what him and not only just what him and Sayama did, but mainly, obviously, what him and Masawa did. So that's kind of cool that we get to kind of see. So you really say the OG, Black Tiger 2 before, obviously, Eddie, as far as if for some reason, if All Japan would have got, both rights to, the Black Tiger gimmick and the Tiger Mouse gimmick, that's probably who would have been, Black Tiger, but fun match though. I'm glad we got to have that be a Steelers show matchup. Eddie with a 77 though, that was really good job there. Nice little tag match here. Kikuchi and Kenemoto beating the Blonde Crushers. Candido losing the moonsault. Probably should have Chris Candido not lose since he was tied for the best guy in the match. Probably should have been Johnny Ace there. Oh god, we went a little too fast there because the first match was an 81, which is pretty wild. I don't think we clicked too much, so I don't know. Something happened there. But Roshiase and Kensuke Sasaki beating the Headhunters as Kensuke pinning Headhunter B with the Northern Lights bomb. Hase and Kensuke slightly better than the Headhunters. That was very close, though. Could have went either way. 88 for Wild Pegasus Dean Malenko against the Ultimo Dragon Super Astro team. Dean Malenko, though, tapping out Super Astro with the Texas Cloverleaf. Great little matchup there. Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus slightly outperforming the Ultimo Dragon Super Astro team again. Just really, really good stuff. Now 91 for our main event is Terry Gordy slacking a little bit. Everybody else kills it. That was the Orange Crush from Ken Kobayashi over Steve Williams. I don't know about all that. Probably should have Terry Gordy take the loss. That's what I get for not picking one. I don't know why. I'll just switch from 81 to 82. That's what I saw, and it threw me off. But yeah, solid little show. Again, we're just kind of struggling a little bit to kind of get a cohesive show going. Not exactly sure what it is. I think it's because the undercard is not really delivering to the degree it should to go into the mid-card in the main event. But again, we want to get those guys that are, the young lions. We want to get them on this tour to get them rocking and rolling. As on to night 6 we go. Alrighty, night 6. So they got us back in Kanto, which probably won't be the case here. But as far as the show, I'm trying to think. As far as if we should run some plazas, we just ran it for night 2. I don't think that's the right call. Same thing for Star Lanes. Yeah, we're just I think this is probably the best call. Run the Osaka Prefectural Gym. Just halfway through it. Works for me. 99 though for the popularity in Kansai. So yeah, the as far as what to be the main event, because you got Chono Muto versus British Combat Club, Roshiase, Kitsuke Sasaki against Miracle Vine's Connection, then Dean Malenko, Wild Pegasus against Masao and Kobashi, which of course is a rematch from that was from the October Giant Series as far as for the tag team titles, and Wild Pegasus. Dean Malenko are going to beat Mitsuha Masao and Kenta Kobashi, so I think that's the right call. A little rematch, and a win as well. That was on 99 when we ran it then. Hopefully we get a very good rating here, but what a win. And I mean, Wild Pegasus, first of all, beating Mitsuha Masao was pretty awesome in the fact that match would actually be really, really great to see, especially like 97, 98. That would have ruled, for sure. Yeah, then we'll have Chono Muto against British Combat Club, which Kaiji Muto will get a win over the British Combat Club in 28 minutes. Tough break there for the British Combat Club. Then Hase Kensuke Sasaki against the American Bonds Connection, as Kensuke Sasaki is going to beat Terry Gordy. So the tag champs, both of them, the All Asia and World Unified Tag Team Champions, beating the American Bonds Connection. Terry Gordy going to struggle. Then we'll have, as far as, I guess, Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki against the Fantastics. Hayabusa is going to get the win there. So then we're going to have, as Mike Awesome, Johnny Smith can go here. It's Johnny Smith going to beat Mike Awesome. Actually, let's bump that up. Yeah, solid. So yeah, big night for the New World Order, beating up on the British Combat Club. Oh, then we'll have Taz, Jun Akiyama. Jun Akiyama's going to beat Taz there. Nice one for the Super Generation Army over the Miracle Bonds Connection team. Stan Hansen versus Togi Makabe. First of all, this match, Prime Makabe, Prime Hansen, would rule. As obviously Hansen's going to beat Makabe, then Brad Ranigan's going to beat Neo Ogawa to kick off the show. I think this is going to be a pretty solid show. We'll see. I'm a little nervous about that Steal the Show matchup, but it should go over well. Hayabusa and the Fantastics are pretty solid. Well, this doesn't go well, though. Brad Ranigan's with a 57. Gets one with the chicken wing arm lock. Yeah, not great. Again, the opener kind of killing us. 56, though, for Hansen and Togi Makabe. That's crazy. Stan Hansen with a 69, but kind of makes sense, though, in that same breath, because, he's obviously, this is not the same, as far as Stan Hansen that we saw in the beginning of the save. So, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. It's Jun Akiyama beating Taz, though, with a wrist clutch of Death Valley Driver. That ruled. Decent little matchup. Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki beating Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers, as Hayabusa pinning Bobby Fulton with a Falcon Arrow. Love it. I love it. Nice little matchup there. In 10-29. Nice little junior tag match, if you will. I think one of them's too big, though. I think it's Tommy Rogers. That's too big for it to be an actual junior tag matchup. Oh, Johnny Smith, though, beating Mike Awesome with the Death Valley Bomb. I think I said Mike Awesome was beating Johnny Smith when he added the match to the cards. That's just kind of funny. Sure, I was on autopilot there, but yeah, Johnny Smith getting the win. Much the better decision, for sure. That would have been really bad if we would have gave that win to Mike Awesome. 86, though, for the Miracle Bonds Connection, the Hiroshi Hase, Kensuke Sasaki match. I mean, Steve Williams was better than Hase and Kensuke Sasaki, but obviously Terry Gordy still below everybody else. Northern Lights Bomb for Kensuke Sasaki, though, over Terry Gordy. Hell of a match, though. Now, 95, Jesus Christ, for Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono against the British Combat Club. Muto lock for Kaiji Muto over Norman Smiley. Literally a point difference between the two teams. That's pretty crazy. Got the Crowd Hotter 2 for our main event. And it delivers a 98, just 1 point below what it was last month. But the Wild Bomb from Wild Pegasus. See, yeah, it was not at that same level. If Malinga would have beat, Masao, it probably would have made a lot more sense. Just from a rating perspective, but yeah, that would have ruled. For sure. That would have been a hell of a match. Yeah, that would have been sick. What a match. What a show. There we go. Another great, who knew that having Masao Kobashi, Chono, Muto, like in the main and co-main would have been a great idea to have some great shows. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? But yeah, on to night 7, and then after night 8, we'll take a look at the standings to see where the teams are looking like. So far, it's a pretty close race. I know the K&M Express have 6. The Holy Demon Army had, I think, 6 as well. They haven't obviously been booked in a while. I think with that win over the British Combat Club, now they, as far as Chono Muto have 6, so it's going to be a pretty tight race, it looks like. It's as far as so early on in the tournament, though, it's still so early to tell, but I think it's going to be so far, I've been pleased with how the tournaments ran. We'll just see how night 7 goes. Alright, as for night 7, I guess in the Komozawa Gymnasium, they always have their psychology tips from Taue on to Masato Tanaka, as always. So yeah, we got the Holy Demon Army and Ultimate Dragon Super Astro. That should be a banger. Chono Muto versus Demon Link and Wild Pegasus. That's probably going to be the main. With how things are going, then the Headhunters, Can-Am Express will go below that. But yes, let's run. I guess we gotta run this goddamn Hiroshima Sun Plaza sometime. I don't know, though. I think, I mean, we could still run the Star Lanes, because it will be a sellout. It'll be pretty close. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna risk it. Fuck it. Over the Star Lanes we go. Nice, nice, nice. So, yeah, the main event will be Chono Muto versus Wild Pegasus Dean Malenko. What a win for Chono Muto there. Master Tron's going to beat Wild Pegasus 23 minutes. Really coming off of that match against Dean Malenko in Wild Pegasus, that match against Masao and Kobashi. Just makes sense to have them lose after such a grueling kind of matchup they had. Holy Demon Army against Ultimo Dragon Super Astro, though, and Ultimo Dragon will be beating Toshiaki Kawada. What a win for the Ultimo Dragon Super Astro team. They've never beaten them before, I believe. Yeah, 2 straight losses to them. Third time, not so fast with the Holy Demon Army. Their size, it's not enough for them. Ultimo Dragon, you could have a great finish as far as, like, he's going for the power bomb, in Kawada, looking for the no doubt Otachi combination. With it, Ultimo Dragon counters with a Hurricane Rana, Super Astro drop kicks Taue out of the ring, and 1, 2, 3, just like that. As far as that would be a pretty fun finish. That would be pretty fun. But yeah, I think it's going to be a hell of a little match there. Headhunters, K&M Express could go to either team here, but I think that's the right choice to have K&M Express beat the Headhunters. Assuming they've had a couple of matches, yeah, throughout the save. First one was the October Giant. Actually, the first one was the Best of Junior Finals. The first ever one, I believe, as the Headhunters won to retain the All Asia Tag Team titles. And yeah, I mean, they are, it's 3-2, and now going to be 3-3 with the K&M Express beating them here. So they have been pretty dead even throughout the past couple of years. That makes sense. So we have Ogawa and Golden King makes sense. Blonde Crusher against Hideki Osaka and Satoru Osaka can kind of go below that and just kind of work our way from there. Yeah, Ogawa's going to beat the Golden King. Blonde Crushers, Hideki Osaka and Satoru Osaka, with Johnny Ace going to get the win over Hideki Osaka. Los Bravano against the Tactical Technician Squad, which is Minoru Tanaka, beating Damien and Psychosis. Vampiro versus the Great Gamma. Vampiro getting a win. And then Jericho beating Timon Honda in the opener, which that should be a fun little matchup. Hopefully. There. But yeah, I think it's a solid little show. I think it's a little bit lacking maybe in the mid-card, but again, I think we'll get a rocket and rolling. Well, they don't click to open up the show. That's not great. But the Lion Tamer win for Jericho. And 74 for Vampiro and the Great Gamma. Nail in the coffin there from Vampiro. 9:35. Yeah, a decent little match. But their Psychosis was off his... Well, no, he wasn't even off his game. He was just shit. Damien with a 58, though. Yeah, the right team wins. For sure, we just gotta get Psychosis a lot more matches, looks like. He's kind of struggling. Yeah. Everyone was kind of holding back, though, which is fine. It is a tour show for them. They shouldn't have to go all out. And Candido and Johnny Ace, though, beating Satoru Osaka and Hideki Osaka. Johnny Ace with the Ace Crusher, 9:41. 74 again for Ogawa and Golden King, as Ogawa gets the win in 12:29. That's the right decision for sure. 84 for the Headhunters against the K&M Express. Again, the right call. Tiger Driver, though, my god, that's a big-ass Tiger Driver. Assisted Tiger Driver, we're going to say there, but even then, no way I'm picking one of those big fuckers up for a Tiger Driver. That's going to end very, very badly. But what a win, though, for the K&M Express, though. It's a 98 for the Holy Demon Army Ultimo Dragon Super Astro matchup. Right team wins here. Ultimo Dragon on 97. Yeah, but we're going to say that's the finish, not what's in the game, but what I said earlier would be the finish. That just makes a little bit more sense, but yeah, what a match. Good luck topping that. It was close, but it almost did. As far as Chono with the Yakuza kick over Wild Pegasus, very, very close, but the right team wins, and it's all around. That's a hell of a match, for sure. That's a great little show, great little main and co-main. Everything else, I mean, struggling, but again, it's hard to kind of compete with those main events and co-main events, though. So you got to give them a bit of a you got to you shoot them some bail on that. That's just tough to deal with. But yeah, we're almost at as far as into December part of the tour, so a little bit close to the halfway point of the end of the tour. And yeah, we'll take a look at the standings after this Night 8 show. We'll see how everybody's looking, and then basically we'll just have 6 more shows after that, which is pretty crazy to think. So yeah, on to night 8 we go. Alrighty, night 8. As far as for, let's see. Yeah, I mean, we could probably run Chubu again. Run the Nagata City Gymnasium, but I think we're actually going to run the Hiroshima Sun Plaza just to get it out of the way. So we got Miracle Vine's Connection, Holy Demon Army, Masao and Kobashi against the K&M Express, and then Hiroshi Ase, Kensuke Sasaki against the Ultimo Dragon Super Astro team. It's a pretty good show. This is a tough one to really call. We'll have this be the main, because the K&M Express, I think, have 8 points, so now 10 points, as they beat Masao and Kobashi. What a win for Dan Crawford, though, over Kobashi, and they get a future tag team title matchup no matter what happens in this tournament. Hiroshi Ase, Kensuke Sasaki against Ultimo Dragon Super Astro, as Kensuke Sasaki's going to get the win. I'm assuming he's going to beat Super Astro, but nice win for the All-Asia Tag Champs. Then the Miracle Vine's Connection versus the Holy Demon Army, TEW. We'll have him beat Terry Gordy. Yeah, Doc probably should have lost to, as far as to Kobashi, which made me want to switch that, but it's a solid little matchup, though. Obviously, Gordy's going to struggle, but everybody else should do okay. Should do okay is kind of the key there. So Taz and Shun Hashimoto, Holy Demon Army, Super Generation Army, Miracle Vine's Connection, rather. Holy Demon Army matchup as Hashimoto's going to beat Taz in 10 minutes. I love that match, though. It sucks that Taz is not as great as Taz is in real life, but well, Taz, obviously, because once he broke his neck, it kind of changed the trajectory of his career. But around this time, and kind of going into 98 and 99, and obviously 2000, that's kind of like prime Taz. And so we're getting there. Maybe eventually it'll click for him. But Tomoe Honda's going to beat Osamu Nishimura in this Shudo Tactical Technician Squad 6-man. Shiro Kashinaka against Golden King. Golden King's going to get the win at 8. I mean, given that 18 minutes is a bit of a blasphemy job there, but that is neither here nor there. Kikuchi's going to beat the Great Gama, and then Teo Kia will be losing to Yuji Nagata in 10 minutes. So it's nice to see some fresh faces, though, also throughout this, but also, obviously relying on some of the older guard, if you will. But, yeah, we'll see how this show runs. I think it's going to be very, very solid, though. I mean, what a win for the K&M Express, though, beating Masao and Kobashi in the main event. That's going to be nuts. As Yuji Nagata with a Brainbuster in 9:45, getting the win. That was a 63-74 for Tsuyoshi Kikuchi beating the Great Gama. He went with a submission. And then a 67 for the Golden King against Shiro Kashinaka, getting the win in 18 minutes. It's weird how he, as far as Golden King, he kind of struggles with those 10-minute matches, but when we give him a lot of time, he actually gets better. It's kind of funny how that works out. Ooh, a torn meniscus for Minoru Tanaka. That does not sound good. That will probably be a debilitating injury for that man. But Tomoe Honda with a German suplex, we're trying to get him some more wins. It's not really working out for him. It's an 80 for Hashimoto and Taz. The spinning heel kick from Hashimoto over Taz. Love it. That was an 80. A 90 for the Miracle Vine's Connection against the Holy Demon Army, as TEW pinning Terry Gordy. It's a great night for the Holy Demon Army, that's for sure, as Doc was off his game. With an 88, not great, and Terry Gordy struggled a little bit, but a 73 is not bad for Terry Gordy. It's actually not bad at all, because usually he does a lot worse than that, but that's a pretty solid matchup. Pretty solid. 91 for Hase and Kensuke Sasaki against Ultimo Dragon Super Astro. The wrong team wins here, but, as far as size-wise against Kensuke Sasaki, I mean, a lariat to a Super Astro and Ultimo Dragon will probably take their, cave their chest in, so believable finish. We'll take it. Northern Lights Bomb 2 is a solid finish there, obviously. The K&M Express, though, beating the Kobashi Masawa team, Tiger Driver from Dan Crawford, over Kento Kobashi, which, of course, Kobashi and the K&M Express, they have their history with that incredible match with, obviously him and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against the K&M Express. So a little playing off of that as well, and it was a fun match, though. It was a great main event, and, yeah, we'll take a look at the standings, which I believe the K&M Express are going to be the only team with 10 points. I believe that is the case, because I think Chono Muto, they have 8 points right now, but of course they probably have one less match than them, as a Volcon. Volcon's the man. It's like, I kind of wanted to bring him in, but also he's just, what we're doing is a lot different than what the Rings guys and what UWFI guys are doing, so it's just kind of tough, but, yeah, the standings here. Yeah, the K&M Express are at the top with 10 points. They have 3 matches left, though. But yeah, Chono Muto have 3 matches left, and they have 8 points. So yeah, they are driving the bus, if you will, as far as they are, the keys are with them, as far as being able to be at the finish line and being at the top of the table. clearly up to them. They just have Holy Demon Army, Miracle Bonds Connection, and Ultimo Dragon Super Astro left. But the Holy Demon Army, of course, that win, if they do in fact beat the Canada Express, that's going to be a major tiebreaker win for them. Chono Muto, they already have the tiebreaker win over the Canada Express as well, so if they could finish well, as far as they have the head honors, Hase, Kensuke Sasaki, and Ultimo Dragon Super Astro as well left. So it really depends on those matches, for sure, how that's going to play out. It's crazy that the British Combat Club have 1 point. Very, very crazy. Losing the Can-Am Express, losing the Chono Muto, losing the Miracle Bonds Connection, and Masato Kobashi, which those are tough matches, though, too. Wouldn't be surprised if they finish with around 9 points, maybe 7 points. Which is still a little too low, probably, for them, but pretty nuts. And the tag champs with 5 points is pretty crazy. Like, the All-Asia tag champs have more points than them at this rate. This is just wild to think. But yeah, they still have to, as far as they have the draw, then they have the Headhunters still, Holy Demon Army still, and the Ultimo Dragon Super Astro team still as well. So, some major matches, though, for Ultimo Dragon Super Astro, which they only have 3 points already, but they are giving teams some hard-fought matches. Hard-fought matches for sure. But yeah, shout out to Canada Express being in the lead after 8 shows. And on to Night 9 we go. Alrighty, Night 9 as we have some debuts on this show, which is cool to see. Tanaway passing on Psychology to Masato Tanaka, as always. Dean Malenko wanting to put over Big Titan. So this is going to be a big 1998, it looks like, for Big Titan. Massive, massive indeed. So we got the British Combat Club against the Headhunters. We have, as far as Holy Demon Army versus Masato and Kobashi, which that's definitely the main. And Roshi Hase and Kensuke Sasaki against, Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono. So yeah, that's definitely the main. Look at the Holy Demon Army beating the tag champs. Tough break for Masato and Kobashi, though, with only 5 points. And yeah, it's crazy to think. First time they ever faced off against each other was September 1990. Well, that was, the Super Generation Army Subaruta gun. From the very first episode, these 4 men have been intertwined. The Royal Road, Night 2, to win the Unified World Tag Team titles. So a little revenge there from the Holy Demon Army. It's crazy we've only had that match 3 times now in the span of the series. It's pretty big, and they're 1-1-1. I think that makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense, but that should be an absolute banger, though. I'll be pissed if it's not. Hase against Sasaki against Chono and Muto, which is a draw. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's give them, let's give Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono a win. I think that makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, we'll have Chono beat Hase. Yeah, that just makes more sense. Don't think the draw is necessary there. Then the British Combat Club against the Headhunters, which the Headhunters will be beating the British Combat Club. An unbelievable tournament for the British Combat Club in the sense of way, way below expectations for them. This is the first time they've lost the Headhunters since 1993. My God, brutal for them. But I think it's time. I think it's time for sure. And Regal's a little unhappy about that, which makes sense. Nobody wants to lose like that, but they still have some time to at least potentially turn it around. Jun Akiyama, Koji Kanemoto against the Holy Demon Army of Shinya Hashimoto, Masanobu Chi. Hoping this match goes over well. Chi going to be beating Koji Kanemoto. Of Jumbo be the agent. Then we'll have No Fear against Hanson and Spivey. Stan Hansen going to get the win there in 10 minutes. Then the new British Combat Club members of Dave Taylor and Doug Williams. We're finally expanding the British Combat Club. British Combat Club, they're going to get the win here over Vampiro, Psicosis, and Damien. Yeah, I think this is a solid matchup. Basically, we're going to have a 10-man tag between British Combat Club and the Headhunters at the final show. So we're going to see Dave Taylor and Doug Williams in action on that final show as well. Johnny Smith, though, going to get the wins. We're setting up for Steal the Show. This is going to be scary to do. Masato Tanaka versus Kazuki Fujita to kick off the show. And Ten Koji against the Fighting World Choshu. Tenzan's going to beat Choshu in 10 minutes. So a nice little win for the New World Order there. But yeah, Night 9. Bit of a roll of the dice for this show. I'm not feeling too gung-ho about it, but we do have a solid main event, though. So I do like that. Yep, back to the Nagata City Gymnasium we go for Night 9. Let's run it. 51 for the opener, yep. about as well as it expected is for that to go. 62 for Tenzan and Kojima. Gets Choshu and Ishii. Tenzan's doing well, though, in the 70. Tenzan Tombstone Driver for Tenzan over Choshu. 10:30. 62 for Doug Williams, Dave Taylor, and Johnny Smith against Damien Psychosis and Vampiro. Yeah, Doug Williams, I figured was going to struggle. He's just outside, like, the young lion phase. That's why we brought him in. But, yeah, 29's tough. He's got a long ways to go. But Dave Taylor at 51's not bad as a starting point. But, yeah, they got a ways to go. For sure. Wrong team wins here, but, you know, again, we don't want enough the guys losing in their debuts. 74, though, for No Fear against Stan Spivey and Stan Hansen. Has Hansen with the armbar over Takayama. What a win for Stan Hansen. 85 for Jun Akiyama and Koji Kanemoto against Masafuchi and Shinya Hashimoto. Yeah, this was potentially, as far as we were going to have Jun Akiyama and Koji Kanemoto as a team, or we were going to have Jun Akiyama and Takeru Mori as a team, and then we're going to have Hashimoto and Fuchi as a Holy Demon Army team as well for, you know, one of the other blocks. So this was potentially going to be a tag league matchup. Kind of glad we did not do that, but it's just, you know, as far as thinking ahead, if they do in fact get better. Could very well potentially see that. As, yeah, the Headhunters losing to the British Combat Club. Tough break for the British Combat Club here as Norman and Regal outperform him. Diving leg drop from Headhunter A over Steven Regal, which he was off his game, so that's just brutal. Brutal to see. 93 for Chono and Muto against Kinsuke Sasaki and Roshi Hase. Yeah, I'm glad we switched this up. Chono getting the STF win over Hase 2 in 25 minutes. Yeah, that was nice. Nice to see. A 90 for the main event. That is unbelievable that a match that of this caliber does so poorly. But the Kawada Crab from Kawada over Masawa, as again, that probably should not be the finish. But it is what it is. But yeah, Kawada, he's the best guy in the match. I'm glad he gets the win. Sucks that was only a 90 for the magnitude of that matchup. But, yeah, solid show, though. It just sucks that that main doesn't deliver to the heights that I thought it would. But yeah, on to night 10 we go. Next time we'll take a look at the standings. Will probably be night 12. I think that's a good, you know, standpoint, and then we'll just kind of see how the final days round up. But yeah, so far, it's been a pretty interesting tournament to see the kind of demise of the British Combat Club as far as the underachieving. But and maybe they could potentially get something going here, going into the double digits now of the tour. Hoping for the best for them, because this has been a shit show for them, but still could turn it around, at least have something positive to end out on. Alrighty, night 10. As they have us in the Komozawa General Gymnasium again. Yeah, I think we'll finally, we'll finally run there. Might as well. Right here for night 10. So we have British Combat Club, Wildplex Steve Malenko. We have Cannon Express vs. Ultimate Dragon Suprat. You know, this is actually not feeling like a Kanto show. We will run the... So we got... I think we can go back to Chubu, I think, finally. Oh, no, we just ran Chubu. Never mind. Yeah, looks like it's to the Sendai Sun Plaza it goes. Yeah, that kind of makes sense for how this show's gonna go. So the main event, yeah, Can-Am Express, Ultimo Dragon, Super Ash is probably the match that makes the most sense. And Ultimo Dragon, Super Ash, they're going to beat the Can-Am Express. So stops their kind of winning streak going. So it's a major win. British Combat Club and Steam Malenko Wild Pegasus. As Steam Malenko Wild Pegasus will get the win. I believe they lost to them the first time. No, that's the first time they've ever faced off against each other. Never mind. So the first time meeting. That's pretty big. Steam Malenko's going to get the win, though, in 27 minutes. Tough break for the British Combat Club again. With only one goddamn point. And the Headhunters versus the Miracle Vines Connection, as Doc's going to beat one of the Headhunters. Terry Gordy's going to struggle a little bit, but hopefully all around it's a good show. Ing for Terry Gordy is the Blonde Squad against the Super Generation Army. Koji Kanemoto beating Chris Jericho. So a nice win for the Super Generation Army. It's a nice little six-man. Nice little six-man there. Then we'll have Eddie and Johnny Smith. Johnny Smith's going to beat Eddie Guerrero there, so at least British Combat Club get the win in that matchup. And we'll have Vampiro versus Taz. Assuming this is the Steal the Show matchup. Nope. Vampiro beating Taz. Is this the Steal the Show matchup? It is. Liger and Makabe against Minoru Tanaka. Well, it can't be Minoru Tanaka anymore due to the injury. As Minoru Tanaka's out for 6 months. So, tough break there, but Tomoe Honda's going to beat Togi Makabe, though, so at least that doesn't have to be changed. Then Takano Brothers against Scott Noor and Manabu Nakanishi, as Manabu Nakanishi's going to get the win. So, a little smash and bash, or a flash and bash win, rather, beating Takano Brothers in 10 minutes. So, we should be good. Yeah, we're good to go. Alrighty. So yeah, crazy win in the main event for Ultimo Dragon Super Astro. Tough break again for British Combat Club. Getting another loss is just brutal. 66 for the opener. Not the worst opener we've had so far in this tour, but not great though. Just a decent little opener. 72 for Liger and Togi Makabe against Tomoe Honda and Shinichi Funaki. Thanks to Liger, this match is actually decent, but triangle choke for Tomoe Honda over Togi Makabe, who is still the drizzling shits. 74 for Vampiro and Taz. Now on the coffin for Vampiro in 10:28, beating Taz there. 79 for Eddie Guerrero and Johnny Smith. Hell of a match, hell of a performance for both guys. Death Valley Bomb from Johnny Smith, though, over Eddie Guerrero. 80 for the Blonde Squad versus Super Generation Army. It's Koji Kanemoto with the Koji Clutch over Chris Jericho. Solid match. Solid match for sure. Again, Chris Candido killing it. He's done so well since he came back from rehab now. He's really clicking and going on all cylinders now. It's great to see. Headhunters against the American Bonds Connection. Doc getting the win with the backdrop driver. 96 from Doc. Incredible. Got the crowd hotter too. 93 for the co-main. Just a point better. 2 points better, actually, for Steven Regal and Norman Smiley. Probably should have got the win there, but they lose. As Dean Malenko gets the win with the Texas Clover Leaf in 27-18. The 96 main event. Ultimo Dragon Super Astro beating the Can-Am Express. Doug Furnace losing to the Dragon Sleeper. You love to see it. Dan Crawford, though, killed it. That was an 85. That was actually a really good performance from him. What a show. Actually, was a lot better than expected. Way to go. Not bad at all. For night 10 in the books, fake Sting. Jeff Farmer killing it. As it's crazy the psychology is up so high. But yeah, on to night 11 we go. Alrighty, night 11. As for the main event, I really don't know. I mean, Can-Am Express makes a lot of sense to be the main. This could also make a lot of sense to be the main. Steam Malenko and Wild Pegasus against Hase and Kensuke Sasaki. Might as well run this. What a win for Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus, though, as they beat both the World Tag Team Champions and the All Asia Tag Team Champions. Dean Malenko beating Hiroshi Hase there. It's a big win. Big win for sure. Can-Am Express versus the Miracle Vines Connection. Dan Crawford getting the win for the Can-Am Express over the Miracle Vines Connection. That will be, I believe, 12 points for the Can-Am Express. And the Holy Demon Army potentially getting 12 points here. They do. British Combat Club just keeps on racking up losses. Tough to see there. But that is a major win for the Holy Demon Army. As, then we got... So we got Doug Furnace and... Well, first of all, that shouldn't be Doug Furnace. First of all, as far as... Should that be... We having that be Doug Williams? Who we having that be in? As far as, I don't know why that match is a thing. Just looking at this, because this makes no goddamn sense. So we'll just go ahead and skip that for now. Got El Samurai and Wellington Wilkins Jr. against Shunichi Funaki and Tomoe Honda. To have that, as Wellington Wilkins Jr. will be getting the win. 10 minutes. Let's do Eddie and Kashinaka. That's going to be Steal the Show as Eddie's going to get the win. Oh, bump that down. Oh, Jesus. We're going the other way with it. We can't do the Great Gauntlet versus Taz, because that won't work. Because they are definitely not good enough for that matchup. Takeo Mori, Teokiya. Takeo Mori getting the win, then Nagata, Tomohiro Ishii, as Nagata's going to get the win there. Maybe that will be Doug Williams. Maybe that would be it. Guess that could make sense. Yeah, Ogawa's going to get the win now. We'll see how Doug does in his first match by himself. So yeah, Takeo Mori, Teokiya, Nagata and Ishii, then Doug Williams and Yoshinari Ogawa. Okay, yeah, we're good to go. But yeah, we just gotta change. I don't want it to be Kanto again. Probably shouldn't run the Star Lanes either again. I think we're back around to Chubu, potentially. No, still not a good call there. Yeah, let's just run the Walk Around Perfectional Gym. Why not? Sell out show. Might as well. 39 for Doug Williams. That's actually not bad. So Ogawa gets the win in 10:28. Decent little opener. Yep, that should not have been the opener. As Yuji Nagata and Tomohiro Ishii, they don't click. It's an awkward bout there. Crossface from Nagata, though, that was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Takeo Mori getting one with the back-to-belly pile driver at 9:53 over Teo Kia. It's a nice win for Takeo Mori there. 75 for El Samurai in Wellington Wilkins Jr. against Timon Honda and Shinichi Funaki. It's Wellington Wilkins Jr. getting the win in 10:14. It's a 70 for Eddie Guerrero and Shiro Kashinaka. Eddie with the frog splash. Nice little matchup there in 10 minutes. And at a 93 for the British Combat Club against the Holy Demon Army as Kawada with the Kawada Crab over Norman Smiley. This has just been brutal to see Steven Regal and Norman Smiley collapse like this on such a big stage. At 83, then for the Can-Am Express versus Terry Gordy and Steve Williams. Dan Crawford tapping out Terry Gordy to the Cobra Clutch. It's a great matchup, but it's crazy Terry Gordy somehow is... It feels like he's getting better somehow. It's weird. It's a 93 for Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus against Hiroshi Hase and Kensuke Sasaki as Dean Malenko getting the win with the Texas Cloverleaf over Hase. What a win for Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. First of all, they've had quite the tournament. They have been just, I would say, the surprise of the tournament for sure, beating both the tag champs in the All-Asia tag champs and the World Tag Team Champions. Very, very massive to see. And yeah, on to Night 12. We'll take a look at the standings after Night 12 to see what will be the final two teams. I know right now it's coming down to the Can-Am Express Holy Demon Army and also Chono Muto. So those three teams are kind of interlocked and intertwined together. It's really going to come down to those three teams to see who's going on to the finals. Yeah, on to Night 12 we go. Alrighty, Night 12. Let's see what we get for our main event. So we got Johnny Smith and Dave Taylor as well against Shiro Kachinaka and Tomohiro Ishii on the undercard. So the Headhunters, Chono Muto. It's probably not going to be the main. Ultimate Dragon Super Astro against Masamu and Kobashi. This will probably be the main, as Kobashi is going to beat, assuming Super Astro. It's a major win for the tag champs. Yeah, we'll see British Combat Club, Hiroshi Hase and Kensuke Sasaki. They lose again. Unreal. Hiroshi Hase getting the win. Nuts. Headhunters versus Chono Muto. In the next matchup, as the Headhunters get the win. What an upset, as Headhunter A beating Masahiro Chono. So that has shaken up the standings, because as far as, Masahiro Chono and Kaiji Muto, they had 10 points right here. So with that loss, it comes down to Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro. If they lose, boy, will that be embarrassing, because, now we need the Can-Am Express, as far as they need to lose to the Holy Demon Army, and then you just don't need you don't want to draw. If you're if you're Chono Muto, you can't have a draw. Because if you have a draw, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, but they're still in it. It's just not looking too hot for them. But the Headhunters jumping up to 8 points of that. Crazy, the British Combat Club finished with 1 goddamn point. Didn't get a single win the entire tournament. Absolutely nuts. Masamu and Kobashi are going to jump up to 7. And, yeah, that's just... It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Nuts. So, yeah, I think Johnny Ace, Chris Jericho, Terry Funk, Brad Armstrong should go here. Johnny Ace is going to get the win. Let's change that. Terry Funk's going to beat Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace is kind of falling off, and I think it's time. To have him start losing a little bit more. So then we'll have Johnny Smith and David Taylor, or Dave Taylor rather, not David, but Dave Taylor, against the Fighting World Choshu, as Dave Taylor's going to get the win, presumably over Tomohiro Ishii there. We'll see how they do as a team. I'm hoping it's a great result. Hoping for a good result. Then, Kikuchi. We're all up for everything against Super Strong Machine first. This is probably Super Strong Machine's first match in God knows how long for us. Since July. He's worked 4 matches. So, that's just great. And one of them was the Battle Royal. Oh, he is the agent. It's wild. Then Kikuchi, Moab, and Yone. Kikuchi's going to get the win. Thought this was done before, but now this is the first time meeting. Kikuchi's going to get the win there. And then Denzon against Togi Makabe. I don't know why we keep on trying to give Togi Makabe opportunities to perform and be better because it's just not working out. That has not been the case so far. We'll bump that down to about 21 minutes. Oh, and we'll bump. Let's actually bump this down a little bit more to 27. I mean, just shocking. Shocking result for the British Combat Club. This has just not been it. Oh, Steal the Show matchup needs to be done. Well, I don't think it should be that. I guess Brad Brannigan's the Super Strong Machine will be it. So we'll bump that up. Boy, brutal. Absolute brutal undercard. Yeah, definitely not a Kanto show. I mean, we could run the Starlines again, I guess. Be close to sellout. But I feel like we should run the Nagata City Gymnasium. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll run it. Let's see how it goes. 57 for the opener. 3,681 people here. A Tenzon with a Tenzon Tombstone driver. Getting the win at 9:47. At least it didn't kill the crowd, but it still was a terrible little matchup. Kikuchi beating Bombayone with the submission at 9:36. 63 for Dave Taylor and Johnny Smith against Toriishi and Shirakashi Naka. As, yeah, that was pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Dave Taylor with the bridging fallaway slam over to Moriishi. 46 for Dave Taylor. I mean, it's not great, because he is still inconsistent holding back, too. 59 for Brad Brannigan, the Super Strong Machine. Boy, that match was brutal. Bridging Cradle Suplex from Brad Brannigan is getting the win in 10:19, or 10:09 rather. And 81 for Johnny Ace and Chris Jericho against Brad Armstrong, Terry Funk. Yeah. Johnny Ace, well, as I changed that for Terry Funk to get the win, he was the worst guy for his team. Johnny Ace did outperform him, so there is that. But the better team won. So at least in the end, at least the right team wins. It's an 87 for the Headhunters against Chono and Muto, as Headhunter A getting the win over the Kaiji Muto Masahiro Chono team. Muto was off his game. Definitely an upset, but a believable one since the size advantage for the Headhunters there. A 90 for the British Combat Club against Kensuke Sasaki and Hiroshi Hase. It's Hiroshi Hase and Kensuke Sasaki. I mean, Kensuke almost outperformed him. That's a great performance from him. Hase, that was a Northern Light suplex over Steven Regal. Just a crazy downfall to see from the British Combat Club in that tournament, as 97 for the main event. Misawa Kobashi beating Ultimo Dragon Super Astro. What a banger. Tag champs winning it in the main event here of night 12. And hard to believe, we just have 2 more shows left. Just have nights 13 and 14 left. And it's all coming down to those final 3 teams, the Can-Am Express, the Holy Demon Army, and Masahiro Chono, Kaiji Muto. So this should be a hell of a final race. And yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. Alrighty, night 13. As they have us at the Yokohama Cultural Hall, or Gymnasium rather, Jesus. As psychology tips from Taue to Masato Tanaka, as always. So yeah, major show. So we'll see what will be the finals. Will it be Chono Muto versus either the Holy Demon Army, or will it be the Can-Am Express and the Holy Demon Army in a rematch? We're about to find out. So, the main event, of course, will be this, because it determines what will be the finals. And how about that? Ultimo Dragon pulls a fast one on Kaiji Muto yet again. As, I love the idea that they overcome a distraction. Let's see. What would be good interference? Because, yeah, I mean, you had Vader as, like, the special enforcer. So maybe have him come out. That'd kind of be cool. Yeah. Overcomes it type of thing. Yeah, I like it. Kaiji Muto doesn't like it, though. He's very unhappy. So the Can-Am Express Holy Demon Army. The Holy Demon Army will win. So as far as that's our finals, we'll be seeing that literally in about 5 days. Well, the finals, though, as far as these 2 teams, as far as they've had some great matches in the past. And, as far as they are now 3-1, or rather, yeah, 3-1, with Holy Demon Army beating them the 3 times, but just takes one. Maybe, the Can-Am Express can beat them with all the marbles on the line. Kawada getting the win there. That's a 26-minute matchup there. Miracle Bonds connection, though, against Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus. Wild Pegasus is going to be Terry Gordy. What a performance from that team there in Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. They have been fantastic this tournament. So as far as what will be the mid-card here. So we got Eddie Guerrero and Taz. So we'll have Eddie. He's going to beat Taz there. Shudo and Los Bravano. As Osama Nishimura is going to be beating Psychosis there. So that's a nice win for Shudo, though. Naoki Sano and Osama Nishimura. That's a hell of a match. Actually, that should be pretty good. Big Titan, Akatoshi Saito. Big Titan getting the win there in 10 minutes for him. And Masato Tanaka against the Great Gama. As Masato Tanaka will beat him. And Ogawa against Machizuki, which Ogawa will be beating Machizuki. Assuming this is... But yeah, let's say we did this back in February. So 56 when we did it then. It might be a little bit better this time around. Yeah, this will definitely be a Kanto show, though. This is pretty big. So yeah, we got either the Komozawa Gymnasium or... let's run the... Or we could run the Kawasaki Civic General Gymnasium, or just the Civic Gymnasium, rather. Yeah, we'll have that be the show of 64. Yeah, much better this time around as Ogawa getting the win at 9:58. 63 for Masato Tanaka and the Great Gama. Masato Tanaka with the Tornado DT gets a 60. That's not bad at all. And the win in 9:55. Big Titan against Akatoshi Saito. It's Big Titan getting the win with the Exploder in 10:16. It's a nice win there. Z was off his game, though. So Sama Nishimura and Naoki Sano beating Los Bravano of Vampiro and Psychosis. As Naoki Sano and Osama Nishimura, they were the better team. But it was pretty close, though. Obviously, with the chemistry boost, helped them out a lot. And Naoki Sano benefiting from having a hot new move. 67 for Eddie Guerrero and Taz. Boy, Eddie being really off his game hurt this match a lot. But hell of a match, though, from Eddie and Taz. It would have been nice if that would have been a little bit better. 85 here from the Miracle Vines connection. And Pegasus and Dean Malenko as Wild Pegasus pinning Terry Gordy with the Wild Bomb. Yeah, what a match. What a match. Dean Malenko off his game. I think everyone's kind of feeling the effects of the tournament now. We're seeing ratings are kind of a lot lower than what they usually are. Yeah. It's a solid show, though. Or a solid match, for sure. 89 for the Can-Am Express and the Holy Demon Army as Kawada with a Quad Crab over Dan Croft in 26 minutes. Can the Can-Am Express? Can they win the big one, though, is the question. Because they don't know, obviously, that, the Can-Am Express was obviously defeated, thinking, man, we probably just blew it. If Chono and Muto win, we're not in anymore. But, shockingly, Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro beat the Kaiji Muto Masahiro Chono team. Ultimo Dragon with the Dragon Sleeper. We see the distraction still not working out for him, though. Dragon should do a dive on the Vader. That'd be cool. Would be cool to see. Or maybe both of them do a dive on the Vader since Vader's so goddamn big. Both getting up on the turnbuckles, jumping down on him. Would be kind of cool. Would be pretty sick. But what a main event. What a main event. And now we have the final tour show, which we know the finals. So it's basically just rounding out the tournament. And also, as far as wrapping up the tour. We'll take a look at the show as far as the final show, the card, after we run the final tour show. And, I think this will be a pretty fun Tag League final, so that's a great main event. They had a 99, was that Summer Action Series? Oh, wow, Hogan's trying to go to WWF. Wild stuff happening here at the end of 97. So, on to night 14. We go. Alrighty, the final show of the tour. As the Holy Demon Army, they have a matchup against the All Asia Tag Team Champions. And we are going to see Masao and Kobashi against the Headhunters as well. And the Miracle Vines connection against the Ultimo Dragon Super Astro team after stunningly, beating the Miracle Vines, or beating the Masahiro Chono Kaishimuto team to stop the excitement. Well, maybe not excitement, but stopping their run to make it to the finals. So that should be fun to see, as, let's have a Holy Demon Army main event. And they will lose! So what a shocking loss for them going into the finals with a loss, as Kensuke Sasaki is going to beat Akira Taue right before the 30-minute mark. Then we'll have, as far as Masao and Kobashi against the Headhunters, and Kenta Kobashi is going to beat the Headhunters there, so that's a nice win for the tag champs. The American Bonds connection against Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro, so interference from Kaiji Muto here, as far as ref bump. Muto comes out here, throws a chair at Ultimo Dragon, hits him in the head with it, and Doc sets him up for the Stampede and just fucking destroys him with it, or a backdrop driver, either way. But yeah, Doc's getting the win, and Yeah, nice win for the Miracle Vines Connection. So that will mean, as far as to round up the standings here, so the Holy Demon Army, they're going to jump up to 16. They will, or they're actually going to jump up to 14, rather. They're going to stay there. Hase and Kensuke Sasaki, rather, they're jumping up to 11. And then we will be seeing the Headhunters, of course, are going to stay at 8. Masaru and Kobashi are going to jump up to 9. And the Miracle Vines Connection are going to jump up to 8. So, again, crazy that the British Combat Club only had 1 point in the entire tournament. Just shocking. Very, very shocking to see. So we're going to have the Hashimoto Masato Tanaka team take on Riki Choshu and Shirakawa Naka. Hashimoto's going to beat Riki Choshu there, so a little Holy Demon Army win. And Kikuchi and Kenamoto against Damien and Vampiro. Kikuchi's going to beat Damien. 18 minutes. Golden King versus Taz. Taz is going to beat the Golden King. 10 minutes. And then the team of the Titanic Powers of Big Titan, Scott Norton. We're going to see how they do as a team, as Big Titan's going to beat one of either Kazuki Fujita and Neo Ogawa, and Sasuke over Teo Kia, which obviously Sasuke is getting the win in 10 minutes. So the card for the final show looks like this. Of course, Can-Am Express, or the Cam, there we go, Can-Am Express versus the Holy Demon Army. Your JPW World Tag Team title matchup is Wild Pegasus Demon Malenko get their rematch against Masao and Kobashi for the trilogy to end out 97. Then the NWO, Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono, and Yuji Nagata against the Ultimate Cosmic Kings. We might have Vader being there instead. I think that'd make more sense. Yeah, we'll have Vader be in that matchup. Which, I mean, that's going to give them a major size advantage, but also, we'll talk about that match once we get there, but there's some big implications in that matchup. Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki taking on the Jushin Liger El Samurai Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship team. That should be a fun-ass match. And then Holy Demon Army against the Fighting World Choshu. So a little bit of what we just saw here in that tag match on this show, but it's going to be a 6-man. It's going to be Hashimoto, Fuchi, and Tanaka against Hase, Kensuke Sasaki, and then obviously Choshu. So a little rematch and a little potential revenge for the Holy Demon Army, since obviously the actual Holy Demon Army team, Kawada and Taue, have their main event to worry about. And then the 6-man, Terry Funk, Big Titan, and Scott Norton taking on the Miracle Vines Alliance there. And the opener's a 10-man tag. British Combat Club, Los Bravano. Should be a solid match. I like the show on paper. We'll see how it does as far as compared to some of the other shows. As far as, I think we're missing a match. Because, yeah, I only see 7. Oh, that's right. We're missing, that's right. We gotta copy that over. There we go. So there's a match before the the World Tag Team title matchup. The singles matchup, the only singles match on the entire card. It's Eddie Guerrero versus Koji Kanemoto. It's a little Super Generation Army, Wild Pegasus Demon Malenko, Eddie Guerrero matchup. So I love it. I love it. That's the first time that's ever happened in the Save 2, which is pretty crazy. But obviously, yeah, Tiger Mask, Black Tiger. You love it. You love to see it. As far as the first time in that iteration, as far as unmasked Koji Kanemoto and unmasked Eddie Guerrero. But yeah, I think it's going to be a hell of a show. I think this show starts off well with the Great Sasuke winning with a Michinoku driver in 10:04. Very solid stuff there. Sasuke with an 81. A 60 here for the Titanic Powers. It's going to be a tough one to kind of say sometimes, but the Titanic Powers against Kazuki Fujita and Neo Ogawa, as Big Titan getting the one with the Exploder in 9:40. Not a bad little undercard matchup there. 64 for Golden King and Taz. It's a Katajime from Taz over Golden King. At least they're getting better, but still ways away. Are those two? Is Koji Kanemoto and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi beating Vampiro and Damien? Is Kikuchi with a submission win over Damien in 17:49? Choshu and Kashinaka losing to Hashimoto and Masato Tanaka as a spinning heel kick from Hashimoto over Riki Choshu in 10:23. Then a 90 from Terry Gordy and Doc against Super Astro and Ultimo Dragon. Yes, the backdrop driver after the chair throw, hitting Ultimo Dragon right square in the face by Kaiji Muto, and yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. And we get to see as far as how that 6-man's going to play out, and that's a 90 there. 94 from Masao and Kobashi against the Headhunters. Orange Crush, that will blow out somebody's goddamn back, hitting an Orange Crush on one of the Headhunters. That is nuts. I was hoping he just hit the moonsault. But we'll take it. And then 88 for our main event, as what an upset though. Kensuke Sasaki and Hiroshi Ase beating the Holy Demon Army team. The team's going on to the finals. Nuts. absolutely nuts. Basically, they're overlooking the Hansei, Kensuke, Sasaki team. Not really focused on them. They're focused more on winning it all. That's why they lose here. A bit of an upset. But yeah, I mean, I think the tour itself, a little bit of a miss compared to what we usually see. There were some great matches for sure, but I think as a whole, I think we struggled with kind of putting a cohesive card on some of those, tour shows. But at least a lot of them were still at least, 85 and above, so you can't really beat that. And this final should go over really well. And yeah, I'm super excited to see how that card plays out. And that will be the last show of '97, and we'll be back for 1998. But man, this has been quite the run. Quite the run so far. Tag leagues tomorrow, of course. Let's see what this is. Okay, pay raise for Manabu Nakanishi. But yeah, we'll see you for the Real World Tag League Finals. Alrighty, as the final show of '97 is upon us. I think I was a little too harsh on that on the tournament, because there was like two 98s on that show, on this tour. It was a day 13, I think day 2, or both 98s. They had like really, really good matches on that entire show. It's just kind of funny. We kind of buried it a little bit, because that was actually a good tournament. But yeah, obviously we'll see as far as Ultimate Dragon. He wants to put over Jun Akiyama. Way to go, Jun Akiyama. But yeah, this is... So Holy Demon Army, they got a chance to go back-to-back, would also be the first team since the Funks to win 3 Real World Tag Leagues. That would be very, very impressive. And then for, K&M Express be their first time ever winning a Real World Tag League Finals. Just, massive shit all around. But yeah, obviously, we will start with that. Work our way down. There it is. K&M Express, Holy Demon Army. And we have, for the third time, the Real World Tag League winners, the Holy Demon Army. I think that's rightfully deserved. I think they will kill it in that matchup. That's for sure. Then we'll have, then the World Tag Team Battle matchup. Demon Linko, Wild Pegasus, Kenta Kobashi, Masao, the Trilogy. As Kobashi, Masao will win this Trilogy matchup. Yeah, I think that's the right call. 33-minute matchup, though. 2 tag matches back-to-back like that's going to be pretty interesting. I'm glad Eddie and Koji Kanemoto's here, though, before the 6-man, as Eddie's going to beat Koji Kanemoto. I think everyone probably saw that one coming, since Dean and Chris lose in the tag match. New World Order versus the Cosmic Kings. Vader's going to beat Golden King. That big motherfucker. Just going to squash poor Golden King. But with that Vader bomb. But yeah, we're going to have a backstage, promo. Or not a backstage promo, just a airing of the press conference that took place before the show, as far as as far as throwing the press for the tag league. And Giant Baba reveals that on night 1 of the New Year Giant series, there will be 2 title matches, as well as that battle royal, the Million Yen battle royal. As far as that one, of course, goes on to face whoever wins in this cage match for the first time. Having a cage match in UJPW. It's going to be Ultimo Dragon, Kaiji Muto for the Unified Grand Heavyweight title. And of course, as far as winner takes on the winner of the Battle Royal. But there's also going to be an All Asia Heavyweight title matchup. But as Big Van Vader will be facing Super Astro. So that's going to be massive. And I think that's going to be... that's obviously not going to be a gimmick matchup there between Vader and Astro. But yeah, I think that's a great... First of all, what a big night 1 that's going to be. We're going to make that like a really big deal. But also, throughout the tour, you're going to probably see some big-time matches. And obviously we'll see, as far as Masao and Kobashi, they're going to take on the winners, which will be, obviously, the Holy Demon Army. So we'll have that match on that card. Then whoever wins the Battle Royal against... And, as far as... We might have a double champion in Ultimo Dragon. So double champ Dragon might... He might defend either the Junior Heavyweight title or the Heavyweight title on that New Year Giant Series show. So that's going to be pretty wild to think, as far as in the future, obviously. But we'll add that after we add everything here. So it's going to be now the El Samurai Jushin Liger, Hayabusa, Jinsei Shinzaki, Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title match. I hate that we... Let's flip this, because I know we got it on the wrong side here, and it's just going to piss me off. So yeah, Hayabusa, Jinsei Shinzaki. There we go. Right side. Yeah, that. But yeah, El Samurai and Hayabusa will get the win. They will retain their Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. It's crazy. They've only had one match. It was at the Funker 30th Anniversary show last year, which El Samurai and Liger won. Nice. So, Holy Demon Army, Fighting World Choshu, Hashimoto, Masato Tanaka, and Masafuchi against Riki Choshu, Hiroshi and Kensuke Sasaki, as Masato Tanaka's going to beat Riki Choshu there. Then Terry Funk, Big Titan, Scott Norton against the Miracle Minds Alliance with the returning Gary Albright. So the big tease here is it's scheduled to be Taz. Taz is out there, but then he kind of takes this step behind it, and everyone kind of looks back at the entranceway, and out comes Albright. It's Albright as the third guy, and Albright's going to get the win. He's going to beat Terry Funk too in 10 minutes, but yeah, a long waited return for Gary Albright, and that's going to be awesome to see. British Combat Club, Los Bravano, 10-man tag. Steven Regal's going to get the win. At least British Combat Club have something going their way. I cannot believe Headhunter B is pissed off about that loss. That is nuts. But yes, post-show press conference is over the footage. We should have it on the pre-show. That'd be fun. Footage of the pre-show press conference. Major matches announced for New Year Giant Series. Perfect. The Obama. And then we'll have Keiji Muto, Dragon, Big Van Vader, Super Astro. We'll have those guys be off screen for this. Yeah, and then we'll have them based off over this, I guess. Not that it matters since it's a pre-show gimmick. But yeah. As then we'll have a post-show thing for the Holy Demon Army. Demon Army. Win for the third time. Bang. So yeah, we'll have everybody. We'll have TEW. We'll have Kawada, of course. And Hashimoto. And we'll have Fuchi, Tanaka, and then, Okawa. Then Tanaka, I guess. Hell yeah. Overness for the guys. And then not rated for everybody else. Cool. Alright, so yeah, we'll be running the Dome, of course. 42,000 on hand will be a sellout. Let's run the show. The press conferences, 73, that's not bad. 84 for the opener, though. That is actually really good for an opener. Boy, Doug Williams still got a long ways to go, but Dave Taylor at least is on the same page as Psychosis. So that's a good sign. But yeah, what a win for the British Combat Club as they beat Los Bravano, Steven Regal pinning Headhunter B with a Regal Plex. First of all, that's going to blow somebody's back out doing that, but yeah, what a win. Much deserved win for British Combat Club after a horrendous Real World Tag League. Albright is back. Figured he was going to do really bad, and he does here with that 45. That's brutal, but obviously Terry Gordy and Doc and Terry Funk and all those guys, obviously they've been here and rocking and rolling, whereas Albright's been gone for literally almost 2 years now. And he's back. He's back, and he's got a long ways to go, but it's nice to see him back again. So I'm assuming that's cool. I never realized that it gives a tag bonus for the 6-man. Huh. The more you know when you actually look at this. I try not to look at it too much because, obviously it's a bit of a behind the curtain gimmick, but yeah, Albright Rusty, yeah. Makes sense. 78 though. Oh, as Fuchi cracks his tailbone. That's tough. Masato Tanaka with a tornado DT over Riki Choshu. Oh, we're not going to re-sign Riki Choshu. His contract expires basically at the end of this month. Well, actually, it's the end of next month, rather. So that will be his last episode with us. Listen, love Riki Choshu, but in this save, it's just not clicking. It's just, he is a shell of his former self. It's not really needed, even though the Fighting World of Choshu, will no longer be a thing, obviously. That also means Kensuke Sasaki and Hiroshi Ase can get away from Ishii, which is just hilarious because Ishii's just so goddamn bad. It's going to be interesting, 1998, that's for sure. There's going to be a bit of a shape-up of the roster, for sure. A lot of guys going to be coming in and out, and should be fun, though, to see. But, yeah, Fighting World Choshu losing to the Holy Demon Army, rather. But, yeah, that's a nice win for Fuchi and Hashimoto. And, yeah, just all around, good stuff. Joshi was the one who caused it, too. How about that? 92, though, for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup. Their second defense for El Samurai and Jushin Liger. What a team, though, obviously. And yeah, they killed their Samurai Bomb from El Samurai in 2025. 98 for New World Order and the Ultimate Cosmic Kings. It's Vader with the Vader Bomb over Golden King. Literally everybody in this match fucking ruled. Even Golden King with a 72 is pretty impressive. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. See, Kaijimoto with 100. Just nuts. 95 from Eddie Guerrero and Koji Kanemoto. What a match. Kanemoto was the better guy, but obviously Eddie was going to get the win here since we're going to have a 99 here between the Unified World Tag Team Championship matchup as Kobashi and Dean Malenko. It's the finish is Brainbuster from Kobashi over Dean Malenko. What a match. Incredible stuff. Our main event is also a 99. Quad and Taue beating the K&M Express. Quad keeps on winning with his Quad Crab. It will never not be hilarious, but what a win for the Holy Demon Army. And for the third time, your winners of the Real World Tag League. Unreal. What a show. 299s, 98. If we would have put that, before Eddie and Koji Kanemoto, that probably would have been a 99 show. All around super happy. I mean, that British Combat Club Los Bravano 10-man didn't think it was going to be that good. Could have definitely flipped that with this, which is kind of crazy. And we would have had a damn near perfect show as far as the flow of it. Yeah, super, super pleased with the final show of the year. I think Kaijimoto definitely submitted himself as the top guy of the year. I would love to see him be number one in the PWI 500, whatever gimmick they call it on here. But yeah, that was really, really impressive. It'd be funny if like Taue or Kawada win it. I mean, Taue has a good chance of winning it again. That'd be kind of funny to see him win it, but I think he's definitely earned it. But yeah, what a show. What a show. And yeah, what a 1998 we shall have, though. I mean, the New World Order is in full swing. We're going to see a cage match for the first time in UJPW. We're going to see, as far as the Million Yen Battle Royal as well, a lot of big-time stuff. Plus, we're going to see a return to UJPW in that episode, so that's going to be fun to see. Just a little teaser going into the next episode. But yeah, that would be, of course, episode... crazy, episode 55. 55 of these sons of bitches have come and gone. But yeah, now with 98 comes pretty interesting because we just have now 2 full years left. We'll have 98 and 99. We'll call it at 2000. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. But yes, thank you all for watching. Another successful year for UJPW as 73 million in the bank. That is not bad at all. Again, not sure what we're going to do with all that money, because there's nothing we can do. So just got to wait it out. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.